My dad stole my business capital. I seized the company he bought with it. My parents split when I was 8. Mom stayed steady. Dad remarried into money, had a new stepson, and I became the weekend ghost. I remember standing outside my middle school in the snow, hearing him say, "Oh, I thought you had a ride." By 15, I stopped calling. At 28, I ran a highly profitable cybersecurity firm. Then, out of nowhere, Dad invited me to his country club. "It's been too long, Elias. Let's talk." The dinner was an absolute ambush. Dad and my stepmother kept steering the conversation toward my liquidity. My stepbrother, Cole, sneered over his wagyu. "Still working out of that warehouse office?" I deflected, but they kept pressing. "Tech is booming," Dad probed. "You must have significant liquid assets." A week later, I flew to London for a summit. When I connected to the hotel Wi-Fi, my primary exchange account triggered a fatal alert. Zero balance. Massive ledger transfers. I logged in and my chest went hollow. The destination wallets belonged to Cole's LLC. The logs confirmed the breach originated from my secondary laptop, the one I had left open in Dad's study when I used his printer 2 weeks prior. I didn't call the police immediately. I drove straight to Dad's estate. Cole opened the mahogany doors with a smug grin. "He's in the cigar lounge," Cole mocked. Dad sat by the fire, swirling a bourbon. I held up the ledger printouts. "How did you bypass my firewall?" He didn't even flinch. "I hired a data recovery guy to unlock it." Cole was facing bankruptcy, Elias. "You were hoarding cash, so we reallocated it." Heat climbed my neck and my vision blurred. "You stole my corporate operating capital," I whispered. He waved me off. "You're a tech genius. You'll make it back. Family requires sacrifice." My stepmother leaned in from the hallway. "It's just an involuntary loan. Stop being dramatic. A loan without a signature is a felony," I snapped. That's when the real bombshell dropped. I didn't beg for my money back. I walked out, got in my car, and called my corporate litigator. Cole hadn't just taken the money. He immediately wired the stolen crypto into the dealership's corporate holding account to pay off his commercial lenders. In the eyes of the SEC and corporate law, my stolen funds constituted an unrecorded 85% equity injection. I didn't just report a theft. I filed a hostile takeover. I slapped a commercial lien on the entire dealership. The financial forensics were flawless. My lawyer froze their operating accounts the next morning. Cole tried to hide the remaining assets, but the blockchain is permanent. He transferred my funds, effectively making my cybersecurity firm the absolute majority shareholder of his business. 3 weeks later, I walked into Cole's luxury showroom with private security and my legal team. Dad and Cole were standing by a showroom Porsche, completely panicked. "You're freezing our inventory," Dad yelled, red-faced and shaking. "We're family." I dropped the corporate restructuring documents on the hood of the car. "Family doesn't commit wire fraud," I said. Cole stared at the paperwork, his smugness evaporating into pure terror. "You're taking my company," Cole stammered. "It's not your company anymore," I replied. "It was bought with my money. I'm liquidating the entire inventory by Friday." Dad grabbed my shoulder. "You're ruining his life over a misunderstanding." I shoved his hand off. "I'm not ruining his life. I'm firing my worst employee." I seized the property, sold the exotics at auction, and recovered my capital with a 30% profit margin. Dad still calls my relatives claiming I'm a ruthless corporate shark. He's right. I'd rather be a shark than bleeding in the water.